Hey guys, what's going on? Mizu back here with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to utilize your ball control on the wall to your maximum potential, how to practice, how to get better, and really how to perfect your ball control to do with anything today with the wall. So if you guys are looking for a very specific mechanic, I also have tutorial videos on how to air dribble, etc. But today we're going to be covering a very general aspect of just ball control on the wall, and it's going to allow you to do all the mechanics you have wanted to do with the wall. So again, a lot of times I see people making tutorials on the internet to do with ball control off the wall, etc. And the thing that really pees me off a little bit is the fact that they always use training packs to allow you to get better at your ball wall control. I know that kind of rhymes, it's weird to say, but your ball control with the wall. I'm gonna teach you guys how to get better with it in free play, and that is for a very specific reason, is because with my 7,000 hours of experience in Rocket League, I have found that doing it in free play is actually better, because if you do it with a custom training pack, it does the setup for you, and you just do the same thing over and over again. Whereas if you do it in free play, you're doing your own setup, you're practicing your own setup, which is very game realistic, and not every single setup is going to be the exact same every single time, which is going to make it different. It's going to add variation, and it's going to allow you to start getting experience with different kind of setups off the wall, which is very game realistic. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it, guys. Alright guys, there's going to be 3 sections to this video. The first one is going to be called the run-up, the second is the setup, and the third is the follow-up. So we're going to be covering the run-up first. So we honestly don't really need the ball for this run-up portion. We're just going to be showing you guys how to get in a position and imagine we have a ball to be able to get any kind of setup you guys want with the wall in Rocket League. So the first and most important thing that's going to be in this entire video, actually, the most important thing that I see almost no one covering, and it blows my mind, is that when you are doing any kind of setup, ceiling shot, air dribble, flip reset, double flip reset, triple flip reset, whatever it could be, do not boost on the lip. Okay, guys, this is the lip. You guys see this little curvature right here? This is, there's like these 2 lights. I'm going to drive right between them right here. This is what I'm going to refer to as the lip. When you are setting up any kind of wall play, stop boosting on the lip. Okay, it's for a very specific reason. When you are boosting on the lip, that typically means that you are following the ball as it's rolling up, which means when you hit the ball, it's going to be on this roll part, which is going to make the ball shoot up to the ceiling. You don't want that. You want to hit the ball when it's already on this part of the wall so you can pop it out, okay? So that is the most important part for the run-up here, is stop boosting on this lip, okay? So I'm going to get the ball in front of me here, and I'm going to hit it up. I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to follow it. You guys see that? I'm not just taking this ball, boosting up the lip, and following it. That is incredibly hard to get any kind of play. So that is literally the only tip for the run-up, actually, is just stop boosting on this part. It is so underrepresented, but it is so absolutely important if you're trying to do anything to do with the wall, as you need to stop boosting on this part of the wall. Very important. Okay, guys, we're gonna do number 2 now of this video. We're gonna be getting into the setup. So we're just going to do a basic air dribble setup that we can also evolve into any kind of ceiling shot if we want as well. So what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is I'm going to be taking this ball, and we're just going to be hitting it up the wall. And you see how this is kind of a difficult setup for me, right? I'm just going to take the ball again here, and I'm going to do another one. Watch what happens if I stick to this ball like glue. You see how difficult that is for me to get any kind of setup with? I have 7,000 hours in the game, and that was difficult for me, right? This kind of setup is going to be so difficult if you stick to the ball like glue like that. It's going to be so difficult to do anything. So do you guys remember how I said don't boost up the lip? Well, that kind of plays into this part here where I'm talking about the setup. You don't want to follow the ball like you are glued to it. What's going to happen is I'm going to hit the ball right to the wall, and the second it gets to the lip, remember we talked about the lip? Then I'm either going to let off the gas, or I'm going to quickly tap the brakes depending on how much slower I need to go. Every situation is different, but essentially what I'm saying is you want to slow down a little bit, and I'm going to show you in a second here. You need to slow down a little bit right as the ball goes up the wall, so that when you follow it, you are behind the ball. Because if you stick to it, the ball's just going to go to the ceiling, and you're going to have no room to kind of interact with it. So I'm going to show that here. You're going to notice how I'm going at the same speed with the ball, and then I'm going to give it the ball and myself some distance so I can catch back up to it and get myself a good setup. Watch this, guys, okay? There's the distance. There's the follow. I'm not going to follow it up because that's step number 3, right? But you guys see that distance that I put between myself and the ball? That is so very important, okay? There it is, the distance, and then I follow it. You guys see that? Now it is important. This is another tip. What I have seen, because I've done a lot of coaching, what I've seen is people will go, well, Mizu, I'm putting all this distance between myself and the ball, but I'm not getting that set up. And the thing is, you need distance, but not too much distance. And what I'm going to show you guys is the amount of distance isn't actually the important part. It's the timing and how quick you can get back to the ball. Now let me show you guys really quick what I'm talking about. You don't want to do this and wait for the ball to start coming back down, because once the ball starts coming back down towards you, then your setup is going to be extremely low, and you're gonna have to work very hard like I just did. You're gonna have to get up into the ball, you're gonna have to scoop it, whatever, just to get the ball back up, because you want to remember, right, you want the ball's momentum going upward or non-existent. You don't want the ball coming back down towards you, because that means you're working against the ball to get the setup that you want. You don't want that to happen. You want to work with the ball. You want to basically be one together in your setup. You want to be working with it, right? So if you're getting this distance between you and the ball's coming back down towards you, and then you go for it, look how low that setup is, versus if I am going to set this ball up on the wall, let it roll up, and then catch it while it rolls up, see how much higher that setup is? It's way easier to do anything with that ball than when it's so close to the ground, right, guys? So, again, don't hit the lip, don't boost up the lip. Secondly, put distance between you and the ball, and then, again, make sure that you're hitting the ball as the ball is still going up or it has stopped on the wall. You do not want to hit it as it's coming down. So I'm going to show you guys one more time here. Distance, ball still going up, hit it, perfect. So now we are going to move on to step 3 of the video, which is going to be the follow-up, and this applies to literally anything. So I'm going to show you guys this follow-up. For example, I could use the setup and the run-up. I could use it to go for a ceiling shot. I can use this follow-up, etc., to go for, let's say, a double flip reset. Watch, I can use the exact thing. I wait, distance, hit it, 1 flip, 2 flip. I actually didn't get my flip, but you guys see what I'm talking about. You can get double flip resets, ceiling shots, air dribbles, anything that you can ever imagine that you want to do with ball control on the wall can be used with this run up and setup. The follow-up is the difference maker for every single mechanic, and that is going to differentiate from each other. So this one is going to be a little bit different, but if you understand the basic concept behind it, it's actually quite simple. All you need to do is practice it. So again, distance, it's coming up, and then I'm going to follow it. So the thing with the follow-up is that you want to follow it as absolutely as quick as you can. The longer you wait before following, the harder it's going to be for you. So what I see a lot of people do is they go like this, they hit it, and then they like hit their brakes on the wall and try to follow it. That's not what you want to do. You want to use your momentum from the wall as if you were boosting, and that kind of doesn't make sense until I explain it a little bit more. So you're driving on the wall, right? That generates your car's momentum, and because it's on the wall, you have momentum going towards the ceiling, correct? So as you jump off the wall, you still have that momentum going towards the ceiling as if you were boosting, right? It's as if you were boosting without actually boosting, which what that does is it saves your boost. So you want to jump almost right after you hit the ball, but not right away. You don't want to hit the ball and jump at the same time. You want to wait a split second. So you guys remember what I was talking about, that distance between the ball and yourself? You're going to do the exact same thing when you hit the ball. Or sorry, when you hit the ball, I should say. So you got to create that distance. You're going to hit it and then jump. You don't hit and jump in one action. You don't hit it, break, and jump. You hit it and jump. It's just smooth, right? Kind of how you create that distance when the ball's going up the wall. You wait a second and then go. You don't wait 10 seconds and then follow it. You don't stick to it like glue. It's just got to be a smooth transition. You're going to hit it and then jump. It's not hit, jump, and it's not hit, break, jump. You see what I'm saying? It's just nice and smooth. So I'm going to show again. Keep that in mind and watch what I'm going to do. See how I hit it and then jump? It's not hit, jump. It's just hit it and then jump. It's a very subtle difference, but it is a massive one at the same time. It's a hit jump. You guys see what I'm talking about there? I'm not doing it, what's it called? In the same motion. So if I were to jump the second I were to hit it, it'd be like that. And that's not what you want, because you're going to hit the ball a little bit too hard when you do that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit it and then jump right after. Because if you are to jump right as you hit it, I know this is getting kind of complicated, but just stick with me and it will all make sense at the end. We're all going to piece this together. If you are to hit the ball as you jump, your jump action of going up and out is actually going to hit the ball harder than what you want. Does that make sense? Because you're jumping into the ball. So you have to hit the ball and then jump as soon as you can when you know your jump is not going to hit the ball. Does that make sense to you guys? So let me show you again. I'm going to create this distance to get the setup and run up. I'm going to hit it and then jump. You see how my jump doesn't push the ball? I'm just driving into the ball and then jumping after it as soon as I can jump after it. Does that make sense? See that? I hit it, jump. It's almost instantaneous, right? Let me show you one more time here. I'm going to drive this up the wall. I'm going to hit it and then jump right after. But I'm not jumping to hit the ball. That is the biggest thing for getting this hit off the wall and being able to follow it. That is very, very important. Okay, guys? So now that we understand how to hit the ball and follow it, now we need to actually know how to aerial after the ball. This is the last step, right? So how we aerial after the ball, let's watch here. So I'm going to go create this distance, get the run up, ball's not moving, perfect, hit, jump. Okay, now we're at this point. What do we do? Well, it kind of depends on how you hit the ball, and this is the part that's going to kind of have a bunch of variations depending on what you want to go for. But typically, when you're going off the wall, let's ignore ceiling shots for now. What we're going to be doing is you're going to hit it, and if I were to not air dribble, or sorry, if I were to not air roll, I'm trying to say, it's a little bit more difficult, but it can still apply. So I'm not going to press any buttons after I press the jump button. Watch. If you get a good setup, run up, and follow up, you should be able to have that happen every time, where it's like your nose is facing the ball. So let's do it again. Distance, hit it perfect. I don't press any buttons. You guys see that? That you should be falling with the ball like that. If you can get it to that point every time, it's gonna be very simple at this point. Ready? You want that to happen every time. Okay, guys? If we're going for an air dribble, flip reset, whatever it's gonna be. Maybe you even want to do this, where you're taking it up the wall and you want to just jump into it and go for like a shot even. I don't know. You have so much creativity off the wall, it's up to you. But regardless, guys, you want to be able to jump and fall with the ball. And at that point, then you're going to have to boost with it. So let's incorporate boost now. You guys see how I'm boosting? Okay, that's the next step. Now we're going to go to the next step. Now we've incorporated boost. Now we have to use our left stick to aim it. Jump, boost. Now we're going to use our left stick. See, now we're aiming it. And now the final step, air roll. Okay? Jump, air roll towards it, and then you can just start air rolling at this point. If you don't know how to air roll, if you're not very good with air rolling, then that's maybe something you should learn. But if you're not very good with air rolling, what you can do actually is just slightly air roll, barely air roll the second you jump off the wall, and you just want to be facing the ball. If you can get yourself to face the ball, you don't need to air roll. So let's watch. All I'm doing is facing the ball because I air rolled just a little bit. It was just literally a barely turn on my air roll, right? Let's watch again, guys. Watch how I'm barely going to air roll here. Get the good setup we're talking about, and then I barely air roll. Now I'm facing the ball. You can air dribble like this super easy. It's just practice. You can air dribble at that point super easily if you're facing the ball. You don't even need to be able to air roll. You can do this in Platinum and Diamond because you don't need to air roll. Air rolling is more towards Diamond and Champ. But if you're low Diamond, high Plat, you can definitely execute this without needing to air roll 100%. And the same thing goes with ceiling shot. Let's watch this. Get this good setup here. I'm not going to jump off the wall, and now I'm off the ceiling. I'm going to jump off the ceiling. I'm going to do whatever. And it just gives you so much option when you get a good run-up and setup for yourself, that the follow-up is literally just practicing the different variations you give yourself, right, guys? That's all this is. Literally, the follow-up is just, you're just going to want to boost, use your left stick to control your car, and then air roll if you need to, slash if you know how to, but at least air roll so you're facing towards the ball. So again, guys, let's go over every single step very quickly to recap everything. I'm going to drive towards the wall. I'm not going to boost up the lip, and then I'm going to give myself distance between the ball and myself so that I can chase after the ball and get a setup that I can follow. I'm going to make sure that when I set up the ball is still going up the wall, or it is not moving vertically, as in it's not coming back down towards me, so I'm not working against it. Once I hit the ball, I'm going to make sure I hit it, and the second I hit it, then I'm jumping. I'm not jumping and hitting in the exact same action or motion. I am hitting and jumping immediately after, as soon as I can, but not in the same motion. Does that make sense, guys? And then once I do that and the ball is off the wall, I want to make sure I'm falling with the ball. Once you can do that consistently, then we're going to incorporate boost. You just want to tap the boost buttons. That way you're levitating in the air. You just want to keep tapping the boost button, aka feathering the boost. And you just want to keep following it and following it and following it, and being able to do that. And then once you can do that, then start controlling your car with the left stick. And then once you can do that, then air roll to face the ball. And then you're good to go, guys. You can go off the ceiling doing that. You can go for air dribbles. You can go for double flip resets. You can even jump off the wall, follow it up, flip into the ball again, because I still have my flip, and go for like double taps and stuff. Like, the amount of options that you give yourself, being able to have a good run-up, setup, and follow-up is crazy. Obviously, this is going to take practice, but now you guys have the foundation that is very important to being able to practice properly, to be able to do literally any mechanic off the wall that you guys can think of. Ceiling shot, flip, reset, air dribble, whatever you guys want to be able to do. You guys now have that foundation and understanding that is very important to practice. And again, make sure you're practicing in free play so you do your own setups, which allows you to do your setups in game as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was episode 2 of the little masterclass we're putting on here for the wall. If you guys missed episode 1, definitely go ahead and check it out. That's all about your car control on the wall, how your car interacts with the wall, and everything you need to know to be able to do what you need to do in this episode. So that's episode 1. Definitely go check it out, guys. It's very simple. It's a very basic tutorial for people who are just getting into the game, slash if you are below champ as well. If you're still in diamond, you might learn a thing or two, maybe not exactly sure. But we will be back very soon with episode 3, which is going to be combining episode 1 and 2's information and showing you guys how you can utilize all these techniques and skills to accelerate your gameplay, specifically on the wall, specifically for defense. So I will see you guys then. I'm going to show you guys how to use some high corner clears, some air dribbles off the wall on defense, some clears off the wall, some catches, and everything you guys need to know to accelerate your gameplay in Rocket League on defense. So I'll see you guys later, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.